Hi everyone, it's Lisa again here at the Paris Bourbon County Library, bringing you a craft that you can do typically with supplies that you already have on hand. Today, as you can tell, we're going to be upcycling bottles. That could be soda bottles, alcohol bottles, wine bottles, whatever you choose or have on hand. But before we get started on each of the individual types of decorated bottles, I'd like to just give you a couple of hints about removing a label. The label on this bottle, for instance, I was easily able to just score it with a serrated edge knife, and I placed this in some warm sudsy water. I used Dawn dish detergent, and after just a few minutes of soaking, a lot of that came off with no problem at all. I did find that some bottles have etched labels on them. Obviously, you're going to have to find a different way to decorate them. Just based on that, it's not coming off. It's going to stay on there. Also, the label, as you can tell on this side of the bottle, will not come off as well. It tends to be on there or etched in there. I still can't determine which is which on this one. Now, normally I would give you so you should have no trouble getting the label off. Also, if you'll check online, there are some easy ways of getting labels off bottles as well. That was just the one I chose, and that worked well for me. Normally I would be giving you a list of supplies at this point, but each of the decorated bottle crafts require different supplies. So I'll be going over each of the techniques, and as I do, I will be giving you the supply list as well. The first one I'm going to start off with is actually this bottle. Again, it was etched. The label could not come off for any of the other methods of decorating, and so I simply just used jute. This jute came from I want to say this was Hobby Lobby, but this jute is easy. You're going to use it for so many crafts. As a matter of fact, I have an upcoming craft soon in which you're going to be needing jute for that craft as well. This is so simple. I did wash my bottle. I did make sure it was clean, and I've kept the lid on these, but obviously these could be painted a different direction or could be taken out entirely. This one's very simple. All I've done is started with my jute at the bottom, and very tightly I have made the rows around the bottle just using hot glue. Now I didn't use hot glue all the way around it. I actually used spots of hot glue, and that way it wasn't too visible from the outside. As a matter of fact, I don't think I can see any of my hot glue residue that's been left over from this. So I'm going to try to get a little bit of this one finished. So really all you need for this is your jute and a hot glue gun. What would we do without our hot glue guns? Jute is, obviously it has many uses, but I find that I use it a lot with crafting. Now, I don't want to waste your time by gluing all of this on there, but as you can see, I'm just spot gluing. Holding into place, just trying to cover the glass bottle itself. We'll get just a little bit more of it so you can get an idea of what it's going to look like. This would be so cute in the fall, especially if you embellished it with some fall colors, whether it be a bow or a flower. I have a red flower here. Easily could go at the top of this once you get it finished. We'll go just a little bit farther. Again, this, you can't mess this up. And I thought I would have a difficult time keeping it straight around the bottle, but I had no trouble at all. Because once you start, you can see that you can finish it very easily. I've also seen these where they go so far up and then they paint the top of them. So if you choose to do that, that would be great as well. But again, just finish all the way around. I would probably go to the very top of this, and then if you chose to paint this a fall color or a different color other than the, I believe that is blue, maybe a navy blue, deep navy blue, then you could change that as well. So on this bottle, all you need is a clean bottle. You'll need your jute, and you'll need your glue gun, which we couldn't do without. So that's our first bottle craft. Our second bottle craft is the chalk paint. And I really like the way this one has turned out. I am not going to be painting one of these for you. I have 3 coats on this one. I use just a regular brush. You could use your foam brush. You could use any brush that you had for this. I like the wider ones. It makes the job go a little bit more quickly. I also left this, the copper color at the very top. I like the way that looked, but I'm gonna do just a little bit of embellishing for this. What I have done is I've simply taken some ribbon, and I just wanted to make sure that I had enough for the top part of this, and I do, I've got plenty. So I'll hot glue that on in a moment. And I made this one single little bow. All I did was tie a knot as if you were tying a knot in your shoelaces. And then I just clipped the corners so that we've got that nice little edge to it. And I thought that would look good on the front as well. So we're gonna do that really quickly. Again, I'm gonna use my glue gun, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that glue on there, and then I'm going to finish it off. Now, to finish it off neatly, I intend to make just a little bit of a hem. I turned that down just a little bit, and that way I have a finished edge on my ribbon. I'm going to hold that in place for just a moment. You'll remember I glued that in two places. Okay, and there you go for that. And then again, I can hot glue this on the front. To contrast a little bit, I could easily put one of the flowers on there. So however you choose to decorate the top, I'm gonna find the best placement for this. I really don't want to get it where my seam is. I think right in here would be great. Again, hot glue to the back. I'm going to hold that in place for just a moment while it cools. And while that is cooling, I do want to show you some of the other ones that I have made. Just real simple ones. Again, just one knot. And here would be the the coordinating ribbon that would go around the neck of the bottle. That one would be cute as well. And then I didn't really have enough of this black chevron, and so I chose just a different type of ribbon. It is a coordinating a coordinating ribbon color, so I think that would be a good choice as well. And depending on your decor at your home, you could do just about any color of ribbon. And there's the finished product there. I think it's real simple, it's real cute. This would be great at the holiday season as well. Also, because this is in black, if you chose to paint this, spray paint that real quick before you put the cork down in there, and that would also add to it. So that's our second bottle. Again, that was chalk paint. And our third bottle is intended to look like stained glass, or art glass, I'm gonna call it. I like this procedure, but I'm not sure mine turned out as perfect as I'd like. So the good thing about this is the only thing that you need is glue, your food coloring, a paintbrush, and you're good. You're good to go. Now, I would add a little bit of water, and let me explain that. I found that if I didn't use water in my mixture of glue and food coloring, that the surface tend to streak more. And so I only need, actually I'm going to pour about how much of this that you're going to need, of the standard white glue. Now, it's not going to look like it's enough glue, but it is, because that goes a long way with your brush. So I would, if I were you, we're looking at maybe a tablespoon. And then you will take your food coloring. You can get this anywhere. Shouldn't be expensive for you. I'm going to take the red, and we're going to put 2 drops in. Now, if you wanted this a brighter red, obviously you could do that. I'm also going to add maybe a teaspoon of water to this mixture. Now, I can use a toothpick, I could use my paintbrush, I could use anything I wanted to stir that. The reason, again, I say add water is I think it reduces the streaking of this on the bottle itself. So you can see now this is a bright red. I could obviously mix my colors if I chose to. And then again, add water. Don't forget to add water to this as well. And then all you're going to do is take your paintbrush and you're going to paint. Now I will tell you, it will look like it's bubbling. It will look like you've left some major streaks in it. If you will continue in an upward or downward direction, you will get rid of those bubbles and you will get what is less streaky with no bubbles in it. Don't forget to add your water. I know I've said that 3 times, but don't forget to add your water to it as well. These are beautiful. I will tell you that you can buy spray paint that is stained glass spray paint. Krylon, I believe, makes that. And I'm sure it would make a more beautiful presentation. But just for the DIY and just being able to do it yourself, I think these are great options as well. Once you finish with this one, how you decorate it from that point on is up to you. I did not bring in the top for this, although this one may work. No, it does not. I thought it was the same size bottle. But I did not bring in the cork or the top for this. So again, you could spray paint it. You can leave it off. You can embellish this with a ribbon if you chose to. You could leave it as it is. I think these also would be so cute if we'd go back to the 70s and the 80s when we used to have the candle and the candle dripping down the side. I think that would be a great effect on these as well. So this is the stained glass or the art glass. Try to think of different ways that you can be creative with the glass bottles that you have in your house. They're fun and easy to decorate with. Keep crafting.